Hey, here we are. I'm at the airport, just about ready to fly out to Mexico. We're gonna go to Cancun for 3 weeks to get some treatment done. I just want to tell you guys how we got to this spot and all that's happening right now. Keep everybody kind of up to date and see where I'm at. So, a week or so ago, we realized that the doctor said here there wouldn't really be much hope for a cure. So we thought we would see what else is out there, and we found this place called Hope for Cancer. And the cool thing is about how we found it is Rob was just doing a bunch of research online, and I was off taking a nap, because that's the one thing, when you ask how did this stuff even happen, I don't know, like out of the blue. There's never been cancer in our family, breast cancer in our family. There's never been any bumps, lumps, or weird sensations in my body, so I never felt weird. But I did feel like I wanted a nap here and there, and so I was off taking this nap, and just getting some rest. Rob was up doing some research just on cancer and stuff like that, and different things that would be good for our bodies to eat, right? And different places that are out there. Well, I woke up and just went to grab the computer to do something and saw it was open to this page that said Hope for Cancer. So I just started reading through the website to see what it was all about, and I really loved what they did and what they stood for, and everyone had so much hope, and they've seen so many people walk out successfully with their treatments that are there, and just seemed like an amazing place. So I was like, that's awesome. So I kind of went to bed real encouraged, saying I'd love to go to this place. Then the next morning I woke up and I asked Rob if he liked the place too, as much as I did. And he goes, what place? And I said, well, you had this tab open to this place called Hope for Cancer. And he didn't even realize that the tab was open. So how it got open, I don't know if he did it or was just too tired to even realize what was open on the computer. He had a couple tabs open, but that was one of them. Well, the cool thing is, at the same time, my mom was looking up different stuff for cancer and everything, and how to eat right and everything like that. She came across this recipe off of the Hope for Cancer webpage, and she was writing down all these notes. Now, she gave me a piece of paper with a bunch of different notes with recipes and all kinds of links to different places, and she saw the Hope for Cancer website also. That's where she got one of the recipes off of it, and she was hoping that I would look at the recipe and then see the link to the place, the treatment center, and then see it and say how much I really liked it. But she didn't want to tell me about it, because she just wanted me to feel like I found a place and they weren't pressuring me to go anywhere. So anyways, at the same time I'm finding this place, she's finding this place. So and then Rob looked it over and he liked it, and then I told my mom, and she couldn't believe it. I found the same place without even finding her link, and it just kind of was all coming together. Everybody kind of felt good about it. It looked like it would be right for us. And then once you make that choice, then all of a sudden you start seeing reviews out there, and they're all saying it's a big scam and just bad information out there. But there's a bunch of great reviews too, but there is those bad ones in the middle, and you're just kind of like, gosh, it is a different country. It is something that's not very common for people. I hope y'all can hear me. They're talking up over the speakers, but anyways, once you hear all that, you just kind of want to make sure that it is legit. And so we called the place and talked to them, and they seemed really nice and so informative and stuff. And so it seemed like it was good. And you think they've been around for 20 years. How could a scam be going for 20 years strong? So that kind of made us think it must be legit. But as we signed up and moved forward, I know insurance companies don't even like paying for something like this, and this wouldn't even be affordable. But it is, because God sold our house at a crazy amount of money that just blew us away, and it pays for this whole treatment with still money in the bank for another house. So that's just pretty awesome that God provided this, and there's no stress on our side financially. He's provided and made a way for us to go through this, and back to the other story. So we're just a little bit on edge. Is it really legit? Because it's a lot of money to throw out there, and if it's a scam, it would not be a good thing. So anyways, the Hope for Cancer Center sent me the welcome letter, and all kinds of information about the place. And on there, it mentioned about a documentary that they had made. They took about 5 people, and it was called 8 Days, and it showed them going through the process of the treatments and all. Well, I started watching this, and on episode 3, all of a sudden, this lady gets on there and goes, "Hi, I'm Janine, and I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina." And I'm like, what? She's from Raleigh, North Carolina, right where I'm from. So anyways, the Lord opened up the opportunity for me to meet someone in my hometown that actually has gone to Hope for Cancer, loves it, came out cancer-free. 21 days later, she was at stage 2 breast cancer. It had spread through her body, and it was gone in 21 days. Just so much to, she was so grateful and just raved about the place, and just loves it, and sends anyone there that she knows is going through similar situations. So God was good. He confirmed it was a good place to go. We were on target and doing the right thing. So here we are. I'm at the airport, about to fly out to Mexico for treatment. I feel very good. I'm at peace, feeling good and strong, and ready to get through this and get back and be healthy and just continue on with life and all that God has for me. But I did want to share with you all too something else, that how sweet God is, just to kind of keep speaking into my life and just encouraging me. I know my mom had given me some not cassette tapes, but some CDs by a guy called Andrew Womack that was talking about he does a lot of healing ministry stuff, and just he was on there talking about just how a lot of times, people will pray for things and stuff like that, and you've got faith for it, but the thing that jumps in the way is unbelief. So you can have faith for something, but then all of a sudden you see your doctor reports, and you have people around you that are saying stuff, and you feel pain, and so you've got your faith there, but then you've got unbelief jumping in, and it can kind of tug at each other and make things kind of difficult. Well, he was just talking about how, God sent Jesus, and he died on the cross for us, and he bore all sickness and disease, and it says that by his stripes we are healed. When he took all those stripes, he took them for us, and it paid for us to be healed, and that we don't have to have sickness and disease in our bodies. And I know for some people that seems crazy, but he paid the price for us, and if we can just hold on to that first and believe that he really did die for us, and not just for our salvation, but our healing also, that we can live in this life healthy and whole. So I know people battle with sickness and disease, and they pray, and sometimes they don't see their prayers come to pass, and others so it's really hard, and we don't understand. We won't understand till we get to heaven someday. But I think when you're going through something like this, just to be able to grasp a hold of that, that Jesus did pay the price. It's already been paid for. His stripes have made us whole, so that we can just hold on to that. And that's what I've been doing this whole time, just believe in that. And I know the Lord gave me that verse that said in Psalms 112:7, that says that they will not fear bad reports, but just stay steadfast and trust in him. And so that's what I've been doing, just holding on to that verse, holding on to the other verse, and going for it. And I know it also says in the Bible that if you are sick, to go to the church, the elders, and have them pray for you and lay hands on you and anoint you with oil. And so I went off to church in a church that we used to go to, a Celebration church, and the pastor had married Rob and I. And so I thought it'd be real special just to let them know what we're going through and have them pray for me. So I went there, and they had prayed for me. It was just real sweet. And then I had left because I went to the first service. Now the second service came on, and during that service, the pastor had gotten up and told the congregation that we were believing for a miracle, and just wanted them all to pray with us and just agree with us for that miracle. And during that time, then they went back into worshiping and stuff like that. And during that time, the pastor's wife, Miss Judy, was just felt like the Lord had put on her heart that I had come that day and touched the hem of the Lord's garment. Now, in the Bible, there's a story about this lady with an issue of blood, and she had been battling this like her whole life, and she'd gone and spent all her money and gone to see all these doctors, but no one ever knew what was wrong with her, and doctors couldn't figure it out. And she was so ready to be healed, and she knew Jesus was the man that could do it, and she reached through the crowd and she touched the hem of his garment. And when she did, Jesus said, who did that? Who touched the hem of my garment? Because her faith made her whole, and she was healed completely. And so, very cool Bible story, you know, in her situation, even for her to get in through the crowd, because when you have something like that happen in your body, you're unclean and you can't even really be around people. They will put you on the outskirts of town. But she pressed through the crowd, she pressed in to see Jesus, and he healed her. And it wasn't even that he said anything to or prayed for her or lifted her up to his Father, but she reached out and touched his garment, and that step of faith, you know, she was healed. So anyways, I've just been holding on like that and just believing that the Lord is doing the same thing for me, that for a complete healing. So anyways, on the side, I've been thinking this, I've been believing this, and then I go and this is on the pastor's wife's heart, that the Lord had said, she touched my garment today. And so that was kind of cool. And then after the service, one of the ladies came up from church and said, hey, what was the name of that girl that we were praying for today? And she said, oh, it was Sherry. And she goes, oh, well, I got to get in touch with her because I feel like I need her to see this picture that I have in my house. And she goes, oh, well, what's the picture of? And she says, it's a picture of the lady that touched the hem of his garment. So anyways, it was on Judy's heart. The Lord just put that in Judy's heart, that I had touched the hem of his garment that morning when I went in, just believing in the Lord and had prayer. And then this other lady that doesn't even know me gave her the same thing. Well, the next day, the pastor had called me. He tried to reach out and found me and said, hey, I just want you to know that Judy felt like the Lord was saying something, just something about you, and she just wanted to share that with you, so she'll call you this week. And so I didn't hear from her for a couple days or anything like that, but I'm in my car listening to these CDs that my mom has given me about healing, and I just listened to the part when he's talking about the lady with the issue of blood and touched the hem of his garment. And then all of a sudden I get this phone call from Judy, that from the church, let me know that that's what God put on her heart. And then the other lady, and then later that day, the other lady, Sherry, showed up at my work and gave me the picture of the lady touching the hem of Jesus's garment. So anyways, all that to say, in the middle of all that I'm going through, and God just keeps putting little things in my life just to say, Sherry, I got this, and you got this, and this is happening. You got your miracle, you got your healing, you're healing, you are healed. And God just is confirming it. So I am going off to Mexico to get treatment, and I feel like God has, he's healed my body. He's already taken care of it. Now, if you were to ask me, is there still something that looks like that feels like a donut in my chest? Yeah, it's still there. But is he healing my body? Yeah, I think he's taken over everything that's happening inside of there, and he's in control of this. So I may end up having these doctors do all that they do in treatments and see that thing shrink up and go. But I do believe that God has done the work here, and I think he's going to use these guys here to help me get my body in a healthy state, and then I can come back and live right and do what's good there. So it's just encouraging. I know sometimes God does things spontaneously, and sometimes he uses doctors to do it, and sometimes he just helps us to start living a life well, and where we're making good choices. You know, for me, I think I love processed foods. I love my sweets. And so for me to be able to steer my life into a healthier way of living and eating and exercising and getting diligent and doing all that, I think this is going to be just so good, because not only are these guys going to treat my body, the whole body, but they'll also train me and teach me how to live well. So anyways, that's where I'm at. I'm super excited. I feel really good about this trip, and I know that God's got me, and I know whoever's going through something out there right now, whether a similar situation or not, God's got you, and he's going to walk you through it and give you direction on which direction you need to take. Sometimes you'll see things happen spontaneously in your life where he's just going to touch you right there on the spot, and sometimes he's going to use other people to do the work within you. So you just hang in there, okay, and know that you got this, and he's got you.